What's up, guys? Race Nation TV here to talk about night number 3 for the Chili Bowl Nationals. And luckily for me, tonight was a pretty quiet night, actually. Rico Abreu got it done for the 6th time in a row in a prelim night. And Chase Elliott made his first ever start at the Chili Bowl. So let's talk about it. Let's get into things. So the night started off pretty wild right away in hot laps when Brett Moffitt got absolutely smacked. He almost saved it. He biked it, went down the back straightaway. He lost it again, almost saved it again, and then just got absolutely smacked. However, Brett Moffitt still managed to get enough points to get into the qualifier, and then he transferred to the A main in the B main. So quite a run for Brett Moffitt tonight. Flash forward to the B mains. Ryan Newman had to make his way through the C main actually and get into the B, and he actually finished 8th and he started 14th, so he did not advance to the A main tonight. Then we go to B main number 2, where we had a couple big names. Santino Ferrucci for one. He actually finished 10th in his B main, so he did not accomplish his goal to finish inside the A in his prelim night. So bad luck for Santino though, but he did actually make it through the C, so not a bad night for Santucci overall. Chase Elliott also starting in B main number 2. He finished 8th, missed out on a transfer spot. He will be rolling off in the F main. Let's talk about Clyde for a little bit, because I'm sure he's someone a lot of people want to hear about. Chase honestly looked like a veteran out there. He did in his B main. He got turned from behind, got bottled up in turns 1 and 2. And just got bottled up with some guys. Honestly, it's the Chili Bowl. What are you gonna do? Nothing really Chase could do. He in his heat earlier in the race, the first heat that he ran, he looked a little bit hesitant, like he wasn't comfortable, which is obvious, which you kind of expect from a rookie in the Chili Bowl. But he just didn't. He didn't look that comfortable. Looked a little hesitant, like he wasn't pushing hard enough. And then in his qualifier, actually looked pretty good. Just didn't quite get the points to be in the top 16 to make the A automatically. In his B main, just not his fault. Spun out. Honestly, going from the F on Saturday, don't know which F, obviously, because there's 2. I don't know how far he'll make it from there. That's not the worst place to be in. I'll give him that. He could have not even made it out. He could have, at least he made the qualifiers. That's good. Santino had to come, through the C main, and at the end of the day, he finished ahead of Santino and a bunch of other guys that have a year under the belt already in the Chili Bowl. But yeah, Chase Elliott from the F on Saturday. I'm sure a lot of people are excited for the F main to see how he goes through. We'll see. My prediction would be he makes it. Let's go a little bit on the high side here, and let's say D. Let's say he makes it all the way to the D main. Honestly, I think I don't know. He'll either make it 1 or 2 rounds, or he'll go all the way. So we'll see. Not a lot of expectations though. If you're a Chase Elliott fan, obviously, like I said, it's 100% hope, 0% expectation if you're a Chase Elliott fan and wanting him to do well. But Brett Moffitt was also in B main number 2, and he actually held on to 4th spot. Like I said in the beginning of the video, had that crazy crash in hot laps and then made it all the way to the A main. He finished something like 14th in the A main, which is incredible. Not only given that wreck in hot laps to start out, he is also a Chili Bowl rookie, and this is a deal that was announced like a week into January. That was cool to see. He will be probably somewhere in the D or the E mains. Not that bad, not that far off. Really just get in there. In a couple of the mains on Saturday, and if you can slot yourself into a C or a B on your rookie year of the Chili Bowl, that's a win. I mean, honestly, I think he did better than he expected to tonight. So we'll have to see how he does on Saturday. Brett Moffitt, best mustache in the race. So tonight in the A main, honestly, the most green flag runs we've seen this week. They were talking about the track not being up to what they wanted the first 2 days. Obviously, on Monday, you had a morning of practice for every competitor before the prelim night, and then last night you had the Vyrock race, the Race of Champions, going on, which both of those things not happening tonight is why I'm filming at 10:52 at night and not 12:30 at night. Thank God. But yeah, that also helped the track prep crews and what they could do with the track. This is honestly, tonight was the best the track has raced all week, and it's actually, after the past 2 nights of just guys being able to run the bottom and take off, having top and bottom being able to do well, it's honestly kind of nice to see. A bit of a change of pace from the last 2 nights. I'll put some clips in there of them racing hard. They were racing for to get into the B main. First and second all night were really just taking off. Rico Abreu and Alex Bright. Alex Bright, what a run for Alex Bright. He is a former prelim winner, and yeah, he has locked himself into the A main. We now have a good list of drivers, who I may put up on the screen now, that are locked into the A main. Brad Sweet had a good run tonight. He ran third. He actually battled with Alex Bright for second for a little bit. It only lasted about a lap because Alex Bright just took off. I mean, Rico Abreu, we kind of expected that from Rico tonight. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place right now, but Rico Abreu, we really expected this 6th straight prelim win. That wasn't a surprise at all. We go down further in the field in the A. Parker Price Miller, Gio Scelzi, Brian Carber, and Sammy Swindell. They actually finished outside of 8th, and those guys will be starting in the C main on Saturday. So Sammy Swindell, Brian Carber, the Give Back Classic winner for Keith Coons, looked really good tonight. He actually, in the C main, was not C main, but the B main, my bad, was going toe-to-toe with Sammy Swindell. They were going back and forth the entire main, and yeah, that was honestly cool to watch. Imagine being Brian Carber racing micro sprints, and now you're toe-to-toe with Sammy Swindell at the Chili Bowl. That was honestly really neat to see. Just clean, smooth night of racing. Nothing out of the extraordinary happened. Nothing, it kind of went as expected tonight. No drama like the first 2 days. Nothing. The only bit of drama we really got in the A main was early in the race. The first yellow, we actually had 12. This came on honestly, the first yellow came with 14 to go. So they made it halfway. They made it 15 laps. But Parker Price Miller made a slick kind of slide job on Robert Dalby, and Robert Dalby actually went for a ride. Dalby all night looked quick. That's a nice chassis. It's a nice car. I hope they can get that repaired, and I can get out there on Saturday because he looked quick. He looked really gritty, was what I noticed from Robert Dalby. He was kind of that guy that was there, and he was always there to pick up the pieces when other guys were wrecking. He showed pace, did very well. And another thing to talk about, Matt Wood Racing. Colby Copeland and Kevin Thomas Jr. Were representing Matt Wood Racing tonight, and unlike the first 2 nights where they had the issues, like I went over in previous videos, they actually had a clean night. Both of the drivers are going to the B on Saturday, so Matt Wood Racing finally has some drivers in the B. They still have Zeb Wise going out. They have Casey Kane this week. Some guys that could lock into the A, but right now they need some guys They honestly should have a couple cars in the A main at this point, and they don't, sadly, just due to bad luck. So to see those guys in the B main is nice to see. Kevin Thomas Jr. looked very racy. Colby Copeland had a lot of runs tonight where he was starting way in the back, and then he just would appear in the top 5. So really nice runs for those guys tonight. And let's move on to tomorrow. Tonight, really good night. Expect nothing less out of Rico. Great night of action. So let's move on to Thursday starters. We have, starting off, Spencer Baston, big name starting tomorrow for the Rusty Coons operation. He's going to be good. Jason McDougall, he's usually good in a midget. Sam Hafertape Jr., a lot of experience there with Sam Hafertape. He's a wing driver. Tanner Berryhill, you might recognize his name from the Nationwide Series. He drove that number 17 car back then. He did fairly well. He's a regular at the Chili Bowl. Has a slick, nice-looking car this year. Hopefully he can do well. Garrett Smithley starting. This is actually a car that Cody Ware was supposed to drive, and I think Cody Ware kind of backed out because he realized that we're a little close to the Rolex 24, which he is competing in with Rick Ware Racing and Eurasia in LMP2. So I think they put Garrett Smithley in the car, another Cup driver. We'll see how he does. Not really another rookie in the Chili Bowl. They kind of put him in the deep end. I would have. Let's just see how he does. We have Austin Prock, NHRA driver for John Force. He's actually run the Chili Bowl a couple times, so experience there. Not just a guy getting thrown in the deep end here with Austin Prock. Let's see how he does tomorrow. Excited to see that. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, tomorrow going out. He's very experienced. Just like whenever you see these Indiana USAC stars go out there, you know they're going to be fast. You know your Tyler Courtneys, your Chris Wyndham, Brady Bacon, those guys, all of them. Justin Grant, just to name a few, just to name a couple. Those guys, you always know they're going to be fast, no matter what type of car. And Brady Bacon, one of those. Zeb Wise, another really one of those drivers in USAC that is good in anything. He won the BC 39, the inaugural running of that. Good kid, with the Matt Wood Racing team. Those guys have shown a lot of speed, a lot of heart, and we'll see how Zeb Wise does. I'm excited for that. Logan Seavey, the day after Sammy's teammate, Logan Seavey, very good in a midget, 2018 champion for the USAC midgets. Did very well last year for Swindell, and I expect him to pick up where he left off and do very well tomorrow. Chance Crum is a driver for the Clausen Marshall Racing team. They've been decently quick this week, and Chance Crum definitely gonna try and do well for them. Then we got a pair of Keith Coons Motorsports entries with Buddy Kofoid and Kaylee Bryson. Kaylee Bryson finished. Actually, this is her first year for Keith Coons, so she was kind of lower in the field last year. But with the Keith Coons car, let's see how she does. Buddy Kofoid is second year in the Chili Bowl. Christopher Bell actually said that Buddy Kofoid was the next him. So, Buddy, I've seen him race a lot in Ohio. He's very good. One of my favorites. I mentioned him yesterday just for the sheer fact to mention him. I'm really excited to see Buddy Kofoid. I think he'll be one of the guys that is in that kind of group to challenge the Larson and Bell and McIntosh. And Ryan Ellis, another name starting tomorrow. He's a NASCAR driver, now a team owner, making his start tomorrow. And then we got Christopher Bell making his start tomorrow for CB Industries. Now remember, Christopher Bell, something I forgot to mention last night, is Christopher Bell is locked in to the A-Main now by winning the VIROC. But if he can lock in tomorrow, then he will be starting higher, because I believe the provisionals, which the two provisionals are defending champion of the race, which Kyle Larson would have been the lock-in, and the VIROC winner. So Larson and Bell are the lock-ins. So 24 entries start the race through moving on in the prelims and the mains. And so the 24 car grid could become 25 or 26. Obviously now it can't be 26, so it would be 25 if Bell had to use that, which I predict he won't. So he will be racing tomorrow to be higher, to be in the pole dash, to be in the top 10 in the A-Main, which I predict he will. Honestly, tomorrow I think it's going to be a Christopher Bell. Whoever can beat Christopher Bell is what it's going to be. I think the shot at that would probably have to be Logan Seavey or Buddy Kofoid. I would watch those two very closely. Those three guys, kind of like when we saw it Tuesday. Like tonight, I could have told you right off the bat it was going to be Rico Abreu, and he was really going to have no competition. Just saying how it is, that's how it was tonight. Just Rico Abreu, no other competition out there for him. And Tuesday, I would have told you it was going to be the only wild card there was Shane Golobic. I didn't expect him to do as well, but I could have told you it was going to be Larson and Timez. So tomorrow it's going to be Bell and Kofoid. I'm telling you, and then maybe watch for Seavey tomorrow. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And 2 more days of this after this one. And I predicted tomorrow we talk about a Christopher Bell W, but it's the Chili Bowl. So anything can happen. He could wreck out, have to use a provisional. Who knows? It's everything's unpredictable. But we'll have to talk about that tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Click that like button if you enjoyed the video. We're definitely doing a lot. A busy freaking week. A lot of stuff to do. Hopefully I can get to bed at a reasonable time tonight. But that'll do it. I'll see you tomorrow. And I will see you in the next one.